I'm at the Cosmic Streams in the Age of Rubin conference again in Puerto Varas, Chile, on a cloudy day. It's a beautiful setting. We've had some nice weather and seen the volcanoes surrounding the lake. But the prime focus of this event has been transient astronomy, and transient astronomy from what will be a revolutionary new telescope once it's online in the middle of next year. Of course, they're going to be doing scientific commissioning, and depending on who you talk to, whether or not you can use some of that early science for data. But here's a fellow who is all out for data from LSST for the alerts. He's a graduate student at the University of Pittsburgh.
That's right.
Who is very interested in type 1a supernovae, the supernovae which were very, I guess, pretty much influential in determining that we live in a universe with an accelerating universe with dark energy. And hopefully LSST will shed new light on the cause of this dark energy. But to do that, we have to have a lot of transient observations of transients. So, Chris, it's Christopher Hernandez. Chris, tell us what a transient is, and define the terms of a broker that you use as a filter to send out these alerts to kind of get an idea of how to use this information.
Sure. Great questions, and thanks for the introduction. So a transient is essentially something that, kind of given in the word, is transitory. So there are astronomical objects that often change in brightness over a period of time. And so transient is really a broad term for things like type 1a supernova, AGN, which stands for active galactic nuclei, and a few other things. And brokers are going to play a pretty big role in the near future.
And how would you define a broker? It's not a Wall Street broker. Mm-hmm. It's not a person. It's a computer software that uses algorithms. Is that how it works?
Yes. So brokers have pipelines that are able to process data. We use the word alert streams. So we process alerts in real time. Our broker, the Pitt Google broker, uses 100% Google Cloud products, hence the name Pitt Google. And so we're interested in doing lots of different things we're interested in collaborating with different folks who have different scientific goals, but we are interested in detecting transients, classifying those transients, and hopefully doing some follow-up on those objects.
And transients are variable, these are objects that show variable brightness over a high cadence period. In the case of LSST, the Rubin Observatory, every 72 hours, right?
I believe that's right. So the exciting thing about LSST is that we're expecting to find additional orders of magnitude of transients, specifically type 1a supernova. So if you look at the history of astronomy, we started off with a small sample of detected type 1a supernova, and hopefully that number is going to increase.
So Google is, involved in so many different aspects of all of our lives, but people would not necessarily associate them with astronomy. I'm not, they are obviously playing a role in acting as a cloud server for your data. So how did you come up with the name Pitt Google? Why is Google in the name?
Right. So I wish I was there for the official naming of the Pitt Google. I think it largely refers to the fact that we are a 100% cloud-based broker, and we use Google Cloud products. One of the things that is a bit tricky in astronomy is that we're going to have a lot of data to work with, and storing and processing that data is a tough question, but we've decided to use Google products to try to tackle that problem.
So one last question, and that is simply, if we didn't have these clouds, these data storage clouds now, and Google offers one such product, we really wouldn't be able to do this kind of transient astronomy, would we?
Yeah, I agree. I think it'd be really difficult. I'm not sure we would have the physical size to be able to store all of that memory. Who knows, maybe it is possible, but I think it would be a pretty big challenge to do that.
And you personally are going to be following up on this Type 1A supernova for your own research?
Yes, that's right. I recently deployed a supernova classifier module, and I'm hoping on adding a few more classifiers to the pipeline. So,
And what do you mean by, define what you mean by a classifier module and the pipeline? The data, you're talking about a pipeline, it's not an oil pipeline, it's a data stream.
that's
Is
right.
that correct?
Yes, that's right. So in oftentimes we hear about big data, and big data has become a part of astronomy. So we're going to be working with terabytes worth of data every single night. Um,
And the classifier module is what?
yes, so the classifier module is just a module within our pipeline. In this specific case, I've worked in deploying a supernova classifier module. We use the software SuperNova, and there's a lot of interesting things you can do with that software, so I highly recommend checking out the paper associated with that software.
Well, thank you so much for your time today. Good luck. Next year is going to be exciting for you and a lot of your colleagues here at this conference. And we're thankful to live in this exciting time in transient astronomy.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.